for coming back to my channel. Sagittarius, we're going to go ahead and do a general reading here for you. I am going to use these cards, okay? These cards are going to be first getting your money, like finances, that type of stuff. But also we can see this with other aspects of your life as well. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. We're going to see what's going to come out here for you, Sagittarius. Let's get started. This is for Sagittarius. All right, first card that come out here for you, Sagittarius, is Beauty. This is interesting because I know for a fact that the last time I used this deck that came out for you. I don't know why I remember that, but I remember Beauty. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you what this means in money terms. For a lot of you, you may make your money off of your looks, off of your appearance. So this could be like influencing. Maybe some of you beautify other people, beauticians, makeup artists, designers, fashion designers, that type of stuff. And I am seeing that there's a lot of like craft. You use your hands, something about your hands that you use that's going to help you get your money. So it's not just about the beauty aspect, right? But I also feel like it's something that you are doing and that you do very well with that is going to bring in a lot of money for you. But this one in particular talks about beauty. So like it says, this could be jewelry, making your own jewelry, your clothing, you know, you have your own barber shop, that type of thing is something that I'm seeing. Or this could be something that you are thinking about getting into here with the beauty energy. Okay, I was about to be so ghetto with that word, but I was about to say something else. I was going to embarrass myself. All right, let's go ahead. Let's keep going. Let's see what else can come out here for Sagittarius. Let's see what else. All right, why is 2 coming out? Okay, well, I'll take it. It was supposed to be 3, so I'll take it. The next card here is Laborer. Now, on here, this is one of those cards I'm familiar with before I even read it. This talks about something new, okay? It literally says a new job or some kind is coming your way, or you're going back to work. So let's just say you were on maternity leave. You could have been on FMLA. It could have been something like that. Or you just haven't worked in years. You just have not worked in years. There's going to be some kind of work activity here with the laborer, okay? It also says this could be a career for those, you know, I'm not saying that divine feminists can't do it, but for the divine masculine, this could be construction, maintenance, any type of labor work where you guys may be in a union. Okay, especially if you've applied for something like that. This is probably really good to hear, right? Especially if you apply for anything with construction or labor work. There is a new job. Now, like I said before, I want you guys to know that these are only examples. There is going to be something new, especially if you apply. Like, let's say you apply for a position like a week ago, so maybe 2 weeks, maybe sometimes a month. I even hear that people get called back even after a month. So I do see that there's going to be a new position or a new job that you guys are going to be, you know, basically going after. Okay, there's going to be something new. And you have work smart. Are you making it harder than it has to be? Sometimes the solutions are really simple. It also says perhaps it's time to clean house personally and professionally, to start with a clean palette. Working smart here. When I pull the tarot, I'm going to figure out why that's coming out, because when I hear about working smart, it's like sometimes you're putting too much energy in something and it's not producing, right? So it's like you have to change up things. The working smart energy basically means that you have to change something up. I think I made that comment to someone earlier in another read where it literally said it on the card about changing, readjusting, or some type of adjustment when it comes down to your money. The way you make your money, how you make your money, okay? But when it tells you that you have to work smart, that means that you are putting too much energy and time in something and it is not producing. It is not giving you the money that you want. It's that type of thing. So when we pull, I'm going to see why that's coming out here for you. Okay. Now let's go ahead. Let's get into the tarot. Let's see what comes out here for your money. And we're going to get explanations for these cards. Let's see. This is for Sagittarius. Okay. Now, this was in the reverse. I got to just put it where it was. This was in the reverse. Now, remember, beauty in general talks about, like I said before, this is the field that you're in. Now, in reverse, I feel like it's just maybe there has been some instability in that area. So let's just say you have your own shop. Let's say you have your own business, okay? There's been some instability in that area because the Six of Swords is like, it hasn't been very... there has not been any progress, okay, in certain areas dealing with your money, okay? You went to school, you finished school, and then all of a sudden you're thinking that you're going to come out and make all of this money. People are going to be very interested in your products and things that you know how to do. And for some odd reason, it doesn't take off the way that you want. This is not a bad thing with this card. It's telling you what you've already experienced. But with the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck, something is about to start moving, okay? And I feel like it's something that you're going to be doing, something that you're going to readjust, okay, with this work smart. But I definitely see that there's been some issues with money. Some of you guys have had money issues to the point where you needed to live with parents, you needed to live with aunts or something like that, maybe have someone move in and help you with rent. So I do feel like money has been at that place where it's been a little turbulent, okay? But I do see things getting better for you, hence the labor card. So let's go ahead, let's get to that. Let's see what comes out here for you, Sagittarius, with labor. Okay, I don't know what it is. Just going to flip it like that. Really? Look at this. There it is. Okay, with the Emperor and the upright at the bottom of the deck. Never steer you wrong. The Ace of Swords and the upright is exactly what I talked about. Remember I said readjusting. This one talks about reevaluating. Whatever it is that you're needing to do, if you have to get more information, if you have to get some type of help, and something is going to help you with, you know, your business, your actual business. But if you are looking for a phone call, this is what the Ace of Swords basically mean. We're looking at the laborer that talks about a new job is on its way. And a communication, like I said before, there's going to be someone who's going to communicate with you, most likely the higher up here with the Emperor, you know, asking you if you're interested in the position that you apply for. Now, I do know with this is not just always just about the conversation. This is you actually getting the job. And the reason why I say that is because there's the Ace of Swords, which is a victory energy. So that means you're knocking out the competition. All of the people who are applying for that position, you know, you may have 2 interviews and all these assessments and all of that. You're going to knock that out. You're going to knock that clean out here with the Ace of Swords. So it's not just about the phone conversation initially about you coming in for an interview. This is saying that you're going to get it. That's what it's basically telling you, okay? And for some of you, this could be like management. This could be like a management position, something that you may not even think that you are qualified for, okay? But I do see that it's going to be something new, and you are definitely going to be getting it. So from my standpoint, if it's 2 Sagittarius here, cross your fingers, okay? But I've definitely seen that there is going to be, you know, a job offer for you. Let's get work smart. Let's see what comes out here for that one. Work smart for Sagittarius. And I want to see why that's coming out like that too. Okay. Queen of Swords. And upright, actually. I don't know. I feel like the thing is working smart. The reason why you have not been is because there's some type of fear of not being able to, maybe you're not going to have enough. You know, the reason why you're not really taking leaps in new directions is because you're afraid that you're going to make mistakes. I don't know why I feel that way. Because the Queen of Swords is saying cut something that about your mindset off or away. There's something that you're thinking that is hindering you from really getting to your goals, to your purposes. That's what I see. Part of the Queen of Swords is also like a clarity energy as well. So there's something that's going to hit you. Okay, because work smart is putting it into action. It's something that you're actually doing, and that's what I see. So the Queen of Swords is like, okay, no, like it says here, it says this is clarity, this is being realistic, and because of those things, there's a lot that's about to change here for you for the better. Like I said, in the heart of your reading, you got something new here. You got a lot of victory energy. You got a lot of clarity. That's what I'm seeing here for you. Now we're going to talk about, that was the job aspect, right? But let's talk about your money. You got 2 swords here, okay? Well, actually 3. There's been some issues with your finances, okay? Which is the reason why these job opportunities are coming out, why we talked about the job aspect first. There's been some issues with your money, hands down, okay? Money has been tight. Even with the 6 of Swords being in reverse, it's trouble, right? Like if there isn't any progress, if you don't get a source of income, if you don't get this job, if something doesn't change according to the 6 of Swords, there's trouble ahead, okay? Maybe it's because of overspending, because sometimes with the Queen of Swords, it's demanding you to do something, okay? So I'm going to pull the last 2 just to see how much better your money is going to get, but there's been trouble, okay? For some of you more than others, so not everyone is experiencing the same type of trouble. This could be just, for some of you, the Queen of Swords could be just a disclaimer of saying, just be careful with how much money you spend. Be careful about how much money you give out. But for others, it's you can't really afford that cup of coffee. That's the difference, okay? So let's go ahead. Let's see how good is it going to get here with Sagittarius finances. And this is going to be upright. That way I'll know what this means. Okay. Ooh, got the Sun card. It doesn't even matter if it's in reverse or not. Amazing. You got the 9 of Wands, and then you have the Knight of Cups. So one thing that I will tell you is that you're going to do very well with being able to overcome any type of financial issues. Very, very well. And here with the Sun card, it literally says counting your blessings, because that Knight of Cups is that new opportunity that's coming in here. It all makes sense. If you've been waiting for some type of opportunity, if you've been waiting to basically put your products out or whatever, this could be the Patreon, right? Like, we're not saying that this is someone that's calling you for a job. This could also be people who are coming in to your shop, whether it's a standalone shop or if it's online. These are the people who are going to come in and buy your products, okay? And that is what's changing your money. That's what's happening here. And so what happens after the Knight of Cups? The Sun card comes out. That's the blessing that you're going to be receiving. This is why it says count your blessings. Supremely optimistic. And yes, that means that people are relating to you. People are saying, oh yeah, I'll pay for that. This is a good product. And also someone saying, yes, you have the job. Okay. So the reason why this is important is because, again, like I said before, there's been some issues with your money. There's been some problems or whatever, but this is the readjustment that we're seeing. Now, I want to pull from this deck just to see the type of professions that are coming out. Now, we did have beauty and construction worker. Let's see what else we can get, and then we'll get to the love portion. This is for Sagittarius. Let's see what pops out. Oh, you got a lot. Oh my God, you have a lot that popped out. Some of you are stay-at-home moms. This is also making me believe that, okay, so we see that you guys are mothers, or you are single mothers or single fathers. Okay, so that's one job. I love the fact that this came out, because this doesn't come out for everyone. It is a job. It is a job. So this is one aspect about your life with responsibilities that you have. So this is talking about Your children. All right. That's one. Okay. You have another one here. Oh, you could be, and be careful because you could be dealing with someone who's a little, okay, I'll say it this way. Pickpocketer, we're going to get to this when we get into the romantic aspects. Okay. But if I'm talking about you, the reason why maybe getting a job has been a hassle is because of a criminal record. Okay. So we see the reason why we're looking at the business aspect about this reading because it'll be easier for you to start your own business if you're worried about a criminal history or criminal background. That does not mean you're always criminal, but it does play a role with you trying to get work. Okay. So I do see that. So we see two different aspects here. One is like a single mother, single father, and then we see that there is possible criminal history that's keeping someone from getting a job. Now, the last one here is narrator. Now, I don't know what this could be. He has a mic in his hand. So some of you could be a singer, an actor. You could be a speaker, some type of communicator. I think I said teacher. Something like that here. A writer, because this is a narrator. You could do something in the entertainment business with a narrator because it could be more than one. Okay, that's something that I'm seeing here as well. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's get into the part that we're going to talk about with love. And we're going to start all the way back here. All of this is going to be love. I'm just going to tell you what I see. I see a love interest in your reading. I see that for majority of you, you have faced many storms in love. Giving someone the opportunity to come back and still, for some odd reason, the relationship fell on its face, right? It's like it did not progress the way that you wanted to progress. It at one point seemed like things were going well, and I want to make sure I say that this could happen for people who are dating someone new as well. So do not throw this out of your mind. This is not just about people who have been dating someone, new. This is also dealing with people that you are dating now or you could date in the future. Everything looks like it's going pretty good. It's swell, right? And then something happens. With the Six of Swords, there is a piece that has been taken away from the connection. Now, this could be because you found something out. The next card is the Ace of Swords. It's like maybe it's something that they said. It's their mindset. Okay. It's really about the fact that maybe they're not an angel. Okay, maybe they metamorphosize themselves into a person that they think that you want to be, but they're really something different. And this is the reason why the Ace of Swords is showing that you're seeing straight through them. You're seeing something about them that you just do not like. Now, you could be dealing with people who are, and I don't want to say criminal because I don't want to put anybody on a spot like that, but I'm saying not someone that's reformed, right? You could be dealing with someone who still have that type of personality trait or they still have those behaviors. Part of Work Smart says you have to be smart about your decisions in your relationship. And sometimes being smart is cutting the person away, which is the reason why the Queen of Swords is there. But make sure you communicate that first with this person. Don't just jump up and leave because then they're going to come back. If you say, okay, well, this relationship is not working because of X, Y, and Z, hopefully they get it. And part of the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Swords is like, I'm completely withdrawing from you. I'm completely cutting you away. And it could be something as simple as the fact that they just don't want to be monogamous either. Right? It's not just about me being with you, Sagittarius. I want to be with other people. I want to be free. This is my beliefs. And they have firm beliefs in that, but you also have firm beliefs. And part of that Nine of Wands says that you're holding the line on your beliefs. You are a very nurturing individual, a very loving individual. And it's hard to deal with people who have a tendency to have a rebellious attitude or want to do something completely different in relationships because you just don't match. I think that's the reason why they talk about the angel and the devil. That's the reason why. But it's very interesting what's happening here is because you are at a process where you're walking away from someone that you may have love for or someone that you may start having feelings for. You're keeping your options open. And then you're going to have a major decision with completely cutting the person off and not allowing them back into your life. Here with the Knight of Cups, I feel like this is someone new. I do not believe that this is the same person. The same person is already kind of back there. We already talked about them. They're already a part of the story. But the Knight of Cups is somebody new. And I like the high chair tyrant because to me, this is letting me know that you've been dealing with someone who is very selfish. And the only reason why I will say that is because kids only know about them. They don't know about giving at that point, right? It has nothing to do with them being, mean. Kids only know to be about themselves because they're in survival mode, right? So I do feel like for a lot of you, you've been catering to someone to some degree. You've been dealing with someone, narcissistic ways. Okay, maybe they fail to take responsibility because, again, a child does not take responsibility for anything that they do. This is what I feel has been happening in your relationships. So the Knight of Cups, it being a new person who I totally see, will be very refreshing for you. Now, this is so funny. Let me tell you the reason why I did not show you this card. I wanted to wait, right? When I pulled these, I pushed this to the side and Damsel came out. And do you see Beauty there again? Now, I thought about it because I said, shit, this is crazy because Beauty is coming out again for Sagittarius. Now, this is letting me know that people find you very attractive. And some of you may be like, well, that's, that's not true. Like, it seems like it's just like, it's so hard for me to like really get someone attention. Now, beauty come in different forms. This could be your personality, where you come across people, and for some odd reason, they gravitate towards you. They become a little obsessed with you. You can't really put your finger on it. This is what I see with this damsel, because you had beauty twice, and it's like I said before, nurturing personality, and this card talks about purity. Okay, there's something about you that attracts this person or these people, and it doesn't always have to be the way you dress and the way you look. For a lot of you, it is, right? But we're saying it's something a little bit deeper than that. Okay, so I thought that was funny because I was like, damn, this came out twice. What the hell? What's going on with Sagittarius? Okay. You're a very beautiful person. So you have to, part of that beauty, from what I see too, is how you see yourself, because it says reflection of yourself. This is how you are able to make your decisions and how you're able to really cut people off, because that's the reason why, because I love myself. And some of you are introverts anyway. Okay, you don't really like dealing with too many people. And so you're figuring out the reason why you're keeping them around anyways, because they just feel like home to you. This is why it says homebody, okay? It's just because the person just feels like home to you, but it's not good enough anymore because, again, we're saying that you have to be smart about your decisions, and this is really about your future too. You can't be doing things the same way that you used to do. You just can't do it. So again, like I said, I do feel like you are going to be meeting, people who are going to be on your level, someone who is really good, very honest, and a very much of an intensity to the connection is something that I'm saying. I love the Knight of Cups a little bit, because the Knight of Cups is very romantic, but it can have that Piscean energy where it's a little illusion. But I feel like I like this person's energy. Okay, I do. It's better than this person. It's better than this person who you've been, basically emotionally taking care of. You've been the person that's been uplifting them. Now it's time for you to be uplifted. You get it? Okay? You can't be sticking with people who are just, we're in a new age, y'all. Okay? And I want to say the last thing that I want to say about you, Sagittarius, is that I'm still seeing that isolation hermit energy that we always get in your reading. And I feel like it's because for you, you do feel like you are so different from other people. There's a very few people that understand who you are, your true nature as a person. But there's a spiritual time for you, which is why isolation and the hermit card is coming out and all of that. It's a very spiritual time. And so everything that you do moving forward is going to be based on that. You're tired of feeling inferior, your work inferior, who you are. You're getting tired of that. So when you start to love who you are on the inside, everything starts to open up for you. And that is what I see. Okay? Sagittarius, this is what I have for you. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. I love your energy per always. You guys always give me like an energy boost. But this is what I have for you guys. I want to have your love reading tomorrow. I'll see you guys later. Have a good night. Have a good rest of